I haven't been entirely honest with all of you. You see, since my surgery, I've been trying to put out an upbeat personality, an upbeat mood. And while that was true for a while, it's not so much the case anymore. And the reason for that, part of the reason for that, is that earlier this week, my doctor told me that I still had 20 to 30% of my tumor remaining. And if you've seen the picture, you know that's not a small tumor. See, and that upsets me because I was under the impression that most of my tumor was gone. So that was some of the worst news I could have heard. And so that has kind of piled on to the stress that's already been in my life, and it's been getting more difficult for me. See, I've been having my entire life, well, not my entire life, but since I was in like middle school, I've always struggled with a little bit with depression and anxiety, but I had a really good hold on them. But those have been escalating lately. So my social anxiety, panic attacks, depression, those are all getting a lot worse. And last night it kind of reached its peak. Last night I had a really bad panic attack. I was sitting on my couch just watching Doctor Who, and my heart started racing, and I got those feelings of terror that something horrible was going to happen to me. And luckily I was able to get a Valium, and it helped a little bit, but I don't know if it was the Valium or anything, but that led to some insomnia, and I was up late last night, and my depression picked that moment to attack. And so I want to make it clear that I've never considered suicide. Never. I've never considered just ending it all. But you have to know how depression works. At least for me, it's a little different for everybody. For me, depression is it's like a voice in my head. It's a voice that right now is kind of quiet, but it can get louder. And that voice is constantly reminding you that depression is a way out. I don't want to think that, but you can't help it because that's depression. It picks random times to attack for me. And those attacks can vary in severity, but last night it got really bad. And it got so bad that I got sick to my stomach. But what scared me the most was just being by myself. Because when depression gets really bad, you can't necessarily control what you do. It's like drug addicts. I assume they don't want to be addicted to a drug. But I don't think they can help it. Because they build up such a reliance on it that they can tell themselves no, but it's like your body doesn't listen to you. It does what it wants to. And I don't want to reach a situation where I feel like suicide is my only way out. So before I reach a situation where that is the case, before it gets that bad for me, I am going to see a therapist. Because I feel like that's the best way to go. Because I don't know how to handle all this. And anyone who has something like a brain tumor or some severe illness, if they tell you they're okay, they're lying. Because at some point they are terrified. And I am terrified of my tumor. Because I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of uncertainty that surrounds it. And that uncertainty is one of the worst parts of it. Because I don't know where I'm going to be 2 years from now. And it scares me. I have been prescribed some Xanax, which can help in these situations. But I'm making this video because I'm afraid that if I don't do it now, right now at a time when I'm okay, that I'll become scared too. Because I want to make this clear for everybody who has depression or anxiety. Don't be embarrassed about it. It's a real thing. It's not something that you can control. It is a chemical imbalance in your brain that you cannot control. I saw a graphic once somewhere online that depression, trying to find help for depression is not a cowardly thing. It is one of the bravest things you can do, because looking for help when you have depression is like saying, please, please, please give me something to fight with, to fight for. And that is one of the most courageous things you can do. The fact that you are fighting for your life is it's something I would be honored to help you with. It's something that other people would be honored to help you with, because it's something you should be proud of. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with all this. So I'm going to try to see somebody. And I made this video for a few reasons. One is that I wanted to be honest with all of you guys. I wanted to say it out loud, because saying it out loud is good for me. Saying that I need help is good. I wanted to make this because I wanted to let everybody know who deals with depression and tries to hide it that it's not a bad thing to look for help. It's one of the best things you can do. And lastly, I made this video because I really do need everyone's support. Because depression, it makes you feel alone. And getting a text at any time of the day, or getting a phone call with someone just checking in on you, can dramatically improve that person's day. And I know I'm being honest with myself, because up to this point, I've lied to myself. I've tried to run away from it. I've tried to convince myself that I have control over this situation, but it's getting worse. And I feel like if I don't get help now, it'll just continue to get worse. And I don't want to get to a point where I don't want to get to a point where depression is eating away at my will to live, at my ability to ask for help. Because depression, that's what depression is. It makes you apathetic. It makes you not want to do anything. It makes you feel like asking for help makes you a coward. And it eats away at your will to live. It eats away at your will to try to keep fighting for your life. And I know that with a tumor, that's one of the most important things I can keep, is a will to survive. Because I don't know what the scientific stuff is, but I know that people who try to fight to live and try to keep not necessarily an optimistic view, but a view of wanting to live and wanting to fight, that they have a better chance of surviving a tumor. And I'm not saying my tumor is life-threatening right now, but it's rare. And my doctors don't have a clear view of how to go about treating it yet. That's something I'm kind of like a guinea pig for something like this. They have to try some stuff on me and see how it works. So, yeah, that's what I need. I need your guys' support. If you're fighting depression, don't be afraid to ask for help. Please do. I'm here. Other people are here. Your family's there for you. And I'm just being honest here, because I feel like that's the smartest thing to do. So thanks, guys. I'll see you guys later.